Do you understand how the web service is asking you to enter the data in here? And when you are dealing with the inbound EIBs, you will be saved by not filling this information in a technical way. You would be asked to fill this information because EIB is just like I said. EIB is not for integration consultants. EIB is mostly for non-technical persons who cannot do this thing. So they can just use the templates from Excel. They can fill the data by row, and then Workday will automatically. The system will automatically pick the rows. Update the format of the web service here by each row of the data and then keep on executing it for as many rows as they are there. So this is the inbound web services architecture, which is used by Workday for the EIBs as well. This is kind of happening behind the scenes for the inbound EIBs. So you are not able to see them. Now let's go to the tenant. We just cancel it. First of all, how do you create the EIB? First of all, we've seen we'll be a little quick on this. I'm taking time on the inbounds because it is kind of foundation of how Workday works. Because we'll not be discussing inbound anymore, because it is only the EIB. The rest of the inbound happens mostly through the studio. So, since the studio is not part of it, so I'm kind of covering the inbound architecture. How does Workday works using the inbound web services? What does it understand? How it uses the data and all. So that's why we're just putting some time here. So okay. So the task is create EIB. You do the task, create EIB. Then you give the EIB a name. You probably want to do the template name just roughly, or maybe what is the operation that you're going to do. Then from the inbound and outbound, you choose the inbound. So, whatever the option you choose here, based on that, the next steps will be decided and the UI will be changed accordingly. So let's go to the inbound. So since we're doing the inbound, we'll just choose the inbound as the type. Now you'll be on the formatting section of this page where you will be configuring the details. So for inbound, we don't need much data. Your ID and everything is copied from your first page itself. So these are different tabs and sections here. So we'll go to the Get Data. So in the Get Data tab you're going to define that from where you want to get the data to upload and what is the template. This is the very main page here where you're going to choose the template. Now, this is the retrieval method. That means, how do you want to get this file or whatever file that you're going to generate, and then you fill that file. So once you have that file, you fill the data. So from where that file will be coming in. So default in the case of EIBs. Usually it is attached file at launch. That means you have the file in your local system. Because usually the data which is entered in Workday people, owners of the data are your HR team, which kind of have access to Workday. So they kind of fill that data manually or maybe through some other sheets, but still they have it in their system. But if data which is not being owned by Workday, it is somewhere being set at some S3. Some SFTP or FTP servers or somewhere else. Then you would need to get that data from some other systems. Then you need to choose the other retrieval methods. Like, you want to pick the file, which is a template file, from your SFTP. Then you have to mention those SFTP details here, the authentication methods to authenticate your SFTP. And then, similarly, you will fill all the details here. What is the file name that you are expecting to be? So in that case, the data, the file, the template that you have filled or somebody has filled for you. That will be picked up from the particular method that you have chosen here. Otherwise, just to choose from your local. You want the feature to attach the file from your local system, then you can choose the Attach File at Launch method. Now, in the data format, you're just going to choose your template. What is the operation that you want to do? Why you're creating the CIB? So here you would be choosing the template, which will be the foremost important thing, which will decide that what you want to do. From there, the template that you're going to generate, it will be depending on this only. So let's say we want to request one-time payment. So you have request one-time payment web service that you choose. If you want to perform chain job for multiple people, you choose the chain job operation. Chain job web service. So whatever you want to do and whatever is supported by Workday, you will choose the template accordingly. So here you have chosen the template and the file type you see here. Web Service Spreadsheet Template. Workday also allows you to update some custom objects as well via the web service. So in that case, if you have any custom objects, so it is very limited. So if you have any custom objects created in Workday and if Workday is supporting that custom objects update via the inbound EIB, then you can choose this option and then, accordingly, the templates will be available for the custom object updates. Otherwise, mostly the custom object gets updated through Studio. So you choose the template, then you go to the Transform tab. You do nothing here, you just choose transformation type. By default is template model. That is already taken from your last page. Whatever the template that you have chosen. Request one-time payment. You don't do anything in here. Just on the Get Data you have to just define. And on the Delivery tab. The delivery method is Workday Web Service Operation. That means how this will be taken care of in the background. And you see here Workday Web Service Operation. What is the web service that Workday going to trigger to cater this request? So request one-time payment web service, which we just saw in here. So this. It will tell you what is the operation that you are going to do and what web service Workday is going to use behind the scenes for you. And then you go to Review and Submit. And you click OK. So now you have your EIB created. This is your EIB inbound, which is created. You can see the template which is being used, the delivery method, and so on. So these things. Now you need to generate the template. Generate the spreadsheet template for which you have chosen this option. So how do you do that? You go to your EIB-related actions. Come to the third last option, Template Model. And then, after going to the template model, just click here, Generate Spreadsheet Template. And then, when you click on the Generate Spreadsheet template, you will get an option here, XLX and XML. So you want, since you are, somebody non-technical is doing this thing. So they would not want to generate the spreadsheet in the form of XML. For the ease of doing, you want the spreadsheet to be in the form of Excel template, so that you can fill the data easily. So this is where we choose the XLX as the template. So that the template which you have to fill will be in the form of an Excel and not an XML. So you choose this option, you confirm it, and you click Submit. Now this is the default Workday process, which kind of generates the spreadsheets. This is not your EIB integration. It is the Workday delivered process which gets triggered when you generate the spreadsheet template. So you go to the output files and you just download your request. One-time payment.